In this video, we will finish example 8 on section 1.8. This is for math 161 pre-calculus. We went over a difference quotient for a linear function, and we went over for a quadratic, but that one was a binomial, right? So the last one, we never got to it. This one is a quadratic trinomial. So it's a little more, but we can do it. We just have to do it very slowly. Okay, so ready? Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and find the difference quotient. What's this? Difference quotient formula. I'll just go ahead and abbreviate it however I like. Difference quotient formula is this. On the numerator, we're going to have to write down f of x plus h. I'm just copying it down, okay? Minus f of x, and then I'm going to divide that by h, okay? So the hardest part is figuring out this f of x plus h. But we got some practice in class today, so let's try this. So what I will do is I will plug in this x plus h everywhere I see x, okay? So look at this function for me. In this function, how many x's do you see? There is an x right here in between 3 and the squaring. So x is getting squared. So instead of saying x squared, we're going to square that binomial, okay? And next to the 5, there is another x. So can we go ahead and plug in this x plus h into those two circled x's, okay? So let's try that. Equal sign all over, okay? Start by writing 3 first, right? Write the 3. Write the 3. But instead of x squared, open a parenthesis. What goes in here? Plus x plus h goes in here. And then you square that one. What we just wrote is this term, but we replaced that purpled highlighted x by x plus h. We got a couple more things to write, right? Let's keep going. What's next? I need to write minus 5, right? Minus 5. But instead of x, let's go ahead and replace that x by x plus h. Am I done? Not yet. What's there after it? The plus 2. So just write down the plus 2. So what I just wrote down is a very long expression, right? But the whole underlined, whole purpled underlined term, it's more than one term, the thing is f of x plus h. Let's keep going with the rest of this difference quotient formula. What's the sign in between? I need to now copy down the minus sign, right? And then open a parenthesis for me. Open a parenthesis for me. What goes in the second parenthesis? Let me highlight this in orange. F of x. We're going to plug in f of x in here. Okay, so what's f of x? F of x is this whole thing. This whole thing. So plug that thing in that second parenthesis. So let me write down 3x squared minus 5x plus 2. And I am emphasizing that you draw those parentheses. Why? Because you're going to have to distribute that negative sign in front, okay? So difference quotient, the craziest part is going to be the numerator, right? But I guess as soon as you write it down first, we just have to FOIL or distribute, all that stuff. So now let's see. How about that thing that we talked about? Remember in class, we talked about what x plus h squared is. X plus h squared is x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. I told you to memorize that thing or know what it is so that every time we see it popping up, we're going to just use it instead of foiling every time we see it, okay? So let me go ahead and let's see. Let's make it a little bit smaller because I need room to do my difference quotient. Okay. So why am I doing that? Because you see the first part, I need to FOIL that x plus h squared. So, equal sign, a big fraction bar with h in the bottom. Let's write down 3, open parenthesis, and write down what x plus h squared is in here. X squared plus 2xh plus h squared. Now, let's go ahead and distribute some stuff, okay? Ready? Distribute the negative 5 in to x and h. So that turns into minus 5x and minus 5h. Don't distribute the negative 5 to 2. This plus 2 is outside, so just bring that down. Just bring down that plus 2 without multiplying because that one isn't in the parenthesis. Now let's go ahead and multiply everything in the second parenthesis by negative 1. Oh no, my iPad froze. Hold on 1 second. Let me kill this app and try again, okay guys? I'm sorry. Okay, all the way down. I hope my writings are still here. All right. Oh no, I'm having all kinds of network issue right now. Technical difficulties. Hold on, I'll be back soon. I don't want to start all over again, so just gonna have a little messy video. Okay, that's good. I'm back. But I remember when my app crashed, some of my previous writings went away. So let me catch up with you guys, okay? And then we talked about distributing this negative 5, which got us negative 5x minus 5h. But then I did say don't multiply that by 2 because 2 is outside. And let's now go ahead and distribute that negative 1. Oh, it's the same place. It's crashing every time. Hello? Okay. Distribute the negative to all these. You're going to get negative 3x squared, negative 3x squared, plus, because of the signs, right? Plus 5x, and then minus 2. Doing good, doing good. All right, let's now distribute this positive 3 in to all these 3 terms. Okay, so I'll have 3x squared plus, now we have to do 3 times 2x squared, right? So that's going to give us 6xh plus, now I need to do 3 times h squared, that is plus 3h squared. You're not going to believe how many top math students sometimes make silly distributing mistakes. So that's why I want to take my time when I'm doing this. Okay, all over 2h. Okay, we better have a lot of things canceling out. Let's see. I was checking to see if I'm still recording. The 3x squared and the negative 3x squared, those cancel out. Those are opposite terms. All right, what else? There is, what do you see? Oh, I see there is a negative 5x and positive 5x. You have to look for them. And then last one, I see the last one is going to be, there is positive 2 and there's a negative 2. So those cancel out. Let me go ahead and write down what's left on top of the fraction, okay? 6xh plus 3h squared minus 5h. Those are the only 3 things left on top, all over h. And what I can do is I can factor out h from the numerator, write the h outside, and each of them on the top of the fraction will lose 1h. So that will be 6x plus, it used to be 3h squared, but it's now going to turn into 3h. And then last term used to be minus 5h, it's now negative 5, all over h. And then what we can do is we can finally cancel out that h on top and bottom. Gone, gone. So your final answer, simplified difference quotient, is 6x plus 3h minus 5. And in calculus class, you guys are going to plug in h equals 0, and that's how you will define derivative using limit definition. But that's for next semester. On this semester, I want you to focus on simplifying difference quotient. Be very careful when you are foiling or distributing. Be mindful of those little signs, okay? But I'm gonna have this problem as like a 7-point problem on your exam, but I will make like this one as like a 5-point regular test problem, but I'll give you like 2-point bonus problem if you guys can handle a trinomial quadratic on your first exam, okay? But that's it for lesson 1.8. I will be back for lesson 2.1 soon this week, okay? Alrighty, bye-bye then.